In a previous programme, Gabnet O'Lunacia of Ballycilferret told us about the phenomenon of the festival, which is common throughout the Republic of Eire, and of course about Ballycilferret's own fascinating Fertiliser Festival. Still on the subject of the festival, this week we deal with the phenomenon of the Song Festival, which has made its appearance with increasing frequency throughout Eire. Gabnet O'Lunacia, you tell me that Ballycilferret has its own song festival. How did this come about in such a small town?
Well, it's said about Colony that it's a small church with a big steeple and a small town with a proud people. Well, about the time that we started the Fertiliser Festival in Ballycilferret, I was sitting below in Granarty's supermarket one evening watching the bacon slicer, and it come to me all of a sudden, a small town with a strong pong and a small town with no song.
Watching the bacon slicer? I don't think I understand.
Well, that's what the lads does here in the evening time, they do get great crack over it,
What exactly takes place?
Well, the lads mightn't have the price of a drink, or maybe they'd be standing round the door of the pub, and maybe no one would say anything, for a few hours, and maybe someone would say, "I'm getting 10 fags and go down to watch the bacon slicer." And then all the lads would trail down to Granarty's, to watch the slicer.
And what happens then?
Well, they'll sort of slip around the door of Granarty's one after the other, and old Mr. Granarty'd be there, but he wouldn't say anything, he'd make no remark for half an hour or so, and then he'd say, "Well, lads," and the lads would say, "Evening, Mr. Granarty," and he'd know, that they were expecting a show, and he'd have a good bit of bacon ready, because he always does his orders in the evening, and the lads would know that,
And that's all there is to it?
Oh, God, no, it is not, no, well, the lads is watching till Mr. Granarty's coming to the end of a piece of bacon, and, they'd be watching, to see how many more slices he'd get out of it, and maybe they'd let the odd shout out of them, when he'd be getting thin, they'd go, "He'll not get the dozen this night, woohoo! We got it, will, me life on you, Mr. G. Outstock," and maybe, they'd smoke a whole packet of cigarettes, while that had be going on,
Fascinating. But to get back to the Song Festival, did you have many entries?
Oh, we did. Last year with piles of them,
Anything that's since hit the charts, as the saying goes, I believe?
Well, no, you wouldn't have heard of them in the charts, We had one great one, though. It was called Cheek to Cheek. And we had another one called I Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine. That was a smashing one. And a great favourite with the ladies was one called When They Take Me Sugar to Tea. Oh, God, I really loved that one.
But surely those titles have a very familiar ring to them, Gabnet. Are you sure that someone wasn't pulling your leg, as I believe the saying goes?
I don't think you follow you too clearly now. What are you saying?
Well, I don't think those songs are what you would call new songs, Gabnet.
Well, they're new down here, however about where you come from.
Yes, quite. Yes.